All right, let's head it up. And for EG, hopefully, second time is the charm when it comes to their attack side, hopefully locking things down and taking away. I'm liking the way, Lemon, the way the desk actually broke down the stakes for EG. This comp does need to work on the attack side. The execute potential here for Double Initiator is very high. You have one drone, you have the scan from KO as well to help Waylay get onto the site. That being said, on defense, yes, lots of retakes, lots of things like that, but it might be tough to do as much as NBG can.
I'm also excited about the Astras, but specifically who is on Astra. Spaz has had a lot of experience on Astra, which definitely opens up those map pool options, hence why NBG have probably chosen this map. And so much so, like, he's a believer in Astra even on Bind. Like, that's how much he likes Astra. And he's been such an impactful player, especially on this team. He dropped 25 kills, 4 first bloods on Corrode. And he's a top fragger. I like that he's warmed up. And his role on this map to shut down these entries for EG is going to be pretty important.
It's time to start things off strong. Instant knife over towards A main and maybe just cancel some aggression from the side of NBG. Do catch a few and then just supplement it with a drone afterwards. You can see Waylay right under that. They focus on the drone, can't focus on Stunna. Stunna gets some space in trouble. Refract back. That's perfect macro from EG.
Information given there, you've spotted 2 on the site, but not the 3rd on the windows. So they're going to try and take their chances at crossing through mid and hitting the B site. And NBG drone up, know that EG have disappeared from that A path. So maybe Mitch wants to call everyone back over as that IGL that we may be able to fake towards A as well.
It's like a double fake almost. They're kind of saying, yeah, we started A, want to end B. They pull 3 towards A, hear nothing. Get pulled back over towards the B side. Now we're going back to A. If there was a Rosie, they'd be ringing around it. It's kind of crazy right now. Tapped back in, half sight for free. 1 person left up top, and it's a bonus cherry as well. Jakey finds Fireball Ops, 1 smoker down.
And Jake is an incredibly clutch player. I remember that from his time on YFP, how he can take those 1v1 trusted solo. What a flash, what an entry. Everyone drops, but the knife does dwindle the options of NBG, but the bullets still hurt. And Jake is catching up to the party. Injuries on the NBG side, and the visual distraction not enough. What a retake from NBG.
What was that retake from NBG? More so the question for me. Was that like a, what, 3 to 4 minute hinder coming in from the side of the Waylay? I mean, that was nuts from Son of Car. And then, yeah, the knife comes in too from either side. That's just insane. I would think that without Omen there, with everyone kind of just completely suppressed as well, things would look fine for the side of EG, but they just lose the straight up man-to-man gunfight. 4v4, NBG at the door. They don't knock. They just take the spike and defuse.
The force here from EG, buying up stingers and even an outlaw. Now that they know there's been too steady at A, EG haven't really triggered the traps of Spaz, who has 1 smoke, another star if he wanted to grab well and set up a double swing from him and Monsi, but EG are taking it slow.
Force on both sides still, as we mentioned, and this is going to be tough. Outlaw going to be huge from both sides. Full armored Outlaw too, so it's going to have a chance to actually ring through. Everyone's kind of conscious about the fact that, yeah, the scope could be active on both teams. This time, no fakes. Freeze time is there. We end up dashing into a flash to kind of distract. Refract will go back, and yeah, for just a moment, Spaz is safe.
That was huge. EG could have gotten first blood, and the defense holds. Son of Car and Spaz, just 2, enough to take down 3 of EG and really screw up this round. I like that Jake is trying to be aggressive, but someone also has to plant the spike, and Stunna is going to take that moment, but who's going to be watching window? This is risky for EG. Just trying to minimize that danger, planting forward. This has to be a battle that's won by Jake. And he's gonna try and get ahead of this after hearing the util use. What a paranoia from Fireball Ops! And they pinch from all sides. It's an anti-eco for NBG.
NBG are online. Connection looking great when it comes to how they're playing off each other, how they're actually entering onto these sites. The utility is perfect. The counter play as well is just there. If you think you have a gap to be able to fill, they will 4-man swing it. If they think that they have the patience to just wait for you to plant, wait for the knife, cancel out if there's a possibility of bridge, double swing it with Paranoia. It's looking nice from NBG, and it's looking dire for EG. Remember, that was a force, and now they've got no money. 3-0 ready to go up on the board. Another bonus chance for NBG after. This could be NBG going 4 up before Abyss even begins. And it's on the defense side. Abyss starts with A for a reason. It's an attack-sided map. You can go up 9-3 on average sometimes. And to start off 4-0 on defense for NBG, against, again, we mentioned it before. I know I'm a lot. The attack comp that EG needs to win by, they're down by 4 to start things off. I'm getting excited for NBG. Yeah. I printed NBG, right? We both printed NBG. We didn't say EG.
I did convince you to come to the EG side. I was solo, so I'll take fault in converting to the wrong side. I thought I was gonna brainiac out of my mind there, but EG should be having a way cleaner 5v2 personally, you know, on A. But it's just the space given from Spaz and Monsi to kind of know how they were outnumbered. But the double dash, the refract, and man, the Bucky to the dome of Practo. Now they found the weaker site. What does NBG have to say? And it's the stun and the refract now from Son of Car to reposition.
I always believed in EG. I never had a doubt, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Such a good approach from them, echoing. So we're just gonna rely on the stun of dash. It breaks a crossfire, it breaks a crosshair, and after that, everybody comes in. Spaz, though, starting up the cleanup. And now low HP for the side of Zerona. I mean, it might just be 2 players, but their rifles look so much better than those of EG. Doesn't matter. Zerona is so accurate with that Sheriff. Spaz in a 1v2.
Spaz's composure is next level, from coming through a link to also have the smoke to block off the duo from each other, to taking over. But it's a thrifty in the end for EG to close it out and to get back on that high horse, because like you said, it was looking dire. There was only 2 players on EG that had kills before that round, so glad to see they had to pull out a miracle from their hat to get that done.
That was very basic too, but I like the committal to it, right? Stunna, very simple. Let us smoke bloom, get in the smoke, double dash out. And 1 crosshair is broken. Everybody walks in after the fact. Things look simple, but committed from EG. And that's what you want on this attack side when it comes to Abyss. You want all 5 people on the same page, especially if you're hitting the same side. This time, it'll be a 2-3 split. 3 people detected, though, in terms of DA's side. So we might just swap over to D really fast on the side of NBG.
Yeah, you just wish that it wasn't Spaz that was 7-1, because Cosmic Divide isn't like something you're gonna go crazy over, but...
Well, I would actually say for this map, Cosmic Divide can just completely break the way people play retakes. Like, if EG wants to play in main, play behind pillar, like, you can just stop that. If they want to play certainly kind of on site with a swing, you can stop that with Spaz. And I feel like EG might be thinking about that. You're right, though. In this portion of the round, it's not that powerful.
Especially if it, yeah, I'll believe it if the ult is good on B, which EG obviously got their first round win over at that side. But it's the mind games, and now pushing through mid could be fruitful for them, but Stun is already 5 HP. Don't expect him to be getting his miles in.
I think they might be playing exactly how you were kind of identifying off of. It might just be because of the Astra ult. They want to find a pick. They want to make the site official for them, because even with an Astra ult, and there's a pick on the Son of Car, you end up making a Sheriff a Vandal. You end up just closing all these gaps so much closer to be able to play with. Mitch can read minds and see through smokes and do illegal things, and we're fine with that.
How did he just pick off Spaz while he's in the smoke? And that's...
While he's running.
Well, I guess having ears is important, but EG, well, they got the site. That's most important. And then NBG won't be getting away with a thrifty, but there is stun at 5 HP. There is some damage done on EG.
I like that little move from Mitch right there to be able to actually get himself scanned. So then NBG are slower to move forward, not knowing if he's absolutely close range on that knife. That was kind of special. Practo and this whole team going so good with Sheriffs.
Hey, this is... I think it's more just going to come down to EG playing their lives and around the spike. But you also have to exit this site eventually, and Zerona, we want to keep eyes on that high ground. Monsi is not in an escapable position, but he's okay to die to the spike. Practo wants some exits. He'll be denied that. Does EG fully escape? They should. That's a solid round to come back in.
Lots of bounties to gain for EG as well. Moving on to this attack side, one of the best things you can have in this game are ultimates, and you can see how many they've built so far. Sana can easily grab that A orb to get his. Mitch, Zerona, and Jakey have 3 of the most impactful ultimates you can find on the side of Abyss. Now the question is, can NBG read that they're going for stunners? Will EG even try to attempt to fight for an orb? One thing that NBG could do here is what they did on Corrode. You remember that snake bite shock dart play? They can really set up something for these orbs to cancel EG moving forward. A site is where that orb is free. They move over to B, where it's a bit tougher to get it sometimes.
Be right back.
And they're going to rely on the ults and the drone that they have. Eating the tank a bit. Okay, can't TP back, can't dash off. That's the KO effect.
That's the counter too of EG, and now it's Jake's Cosmic Divide sealing and can seal in the window. Mitch has an army coming towards him. He could be just going behind the Cosmic Divide now, just later does so right before he was about to get flanked.
You dead.
Ponzi gets found as well. Jakey has a lock-in on the clamp towards flank, and somehow Mitch has lived. His movement's just so good. Knife available from Practo on site, though. Question is, when will he use it? Would he even go for a 2v5? The answer, absolutely not.
Because Jake plays his life, like, this flank is so worried about being double flanked. Like, Jake could just come up behind and backstab them. That NBG is weighing the risks and the pros, the cons, and it's not. They're gonna decide to just save.
Yeah, and I love the fact that these guys had ults early, and they just cashed all of them in. Oh, what is that? What is it, Mr. Valorant? They only use 2 ults? They still have 2 for the next round? They have convergence, and they're finding the kills towards the end, and NBG can't save. Oh, what else, Mr. Valorant? Oh, it's looking bad for NBG. Yeah, it might be. Look at their eco. They got nothing. This is about to be up 4-2.
I'm gonna feel better about my EG prediction when it gets to 13 rounds, or as in, like, once they win, because being up 11-4 and losing is detrimental to the viewer's mental. And also, I'm hoping not EG's mental, but they have so much experience on that team and players that have gone through thick and thin. So this is nothing, but I'm sure the comeback does suck.
I feel like Abyss is one of those like momentum-based maps where, like, once you start to win, it's a bit harder to really lose, especially if, like, your IGL is making the right calls. Like, Mitch right now is really doing a good job at calling where the weak points of NBG are. Now, NBG is going to switch things up, maybe not for this round because it's an eco, but for the next one, you can see some of their ultimates right now coming in. Practo has that retake ult. Monsi will have the Hunter's Fury as well. The defense does get to have, like, one round to kind of have a say to swing momentum back towards their way. But look at the time Mitch has right now to kind of understand how NBG will switch things up. Look at the tools Mitch has at his disposal. Every single person with amazing economy, plus ults coming through in the way. Pancakes is about to be activated, which is going to be nuts. It's going to be really good.
EG, I think, are figuring out that B is looking like the weaker site, but also taking these the time in the early rounds slowly and seeing if they can exploit mid, which would definitely help wrapping it to be a lot easier.
I need NBG to stop getting a bit baited by some of these earlier takes. Freeze time from EG right now as they want to let NBG simmer, but they're not going to switch too much up. One smoke used to gain some space, and double drones exchanged from both teams on the side of B main. Astra found, which might make them lean towards B, because that's usually an agent that, you know, might end up where the spike is. But the big thing with Astra is the lurks are also so good. You can be global with those smokes on the map.
And the fact that Spaz has ult too, I don't know how much you want to mess with that, or at least maybe try to take that win condition away. There's a double walk-up though from NBG. Son of Car has convergent pass, so this could be a good fight on their terms if they know where to go.
The info here on the eco is just so nice. And taking this fight, Mitch might be surprised. 2 ghosts in front of him. He's got the firepower and is going to take down 1. Monsi gets the rifle as the rest of the team hits B. Or A. No, it is B. Let's go.
30 seconds left.
You have 50-50 there. I'll also have to be aware that Monsi could be flanking, and that's why you have Jake watching out for that. He's been on flank watch though, and the way he plays his life too, he's not going to have an ego to challenge a 1v4. He's going to rather play time, go for no kills, and just be a problem at the back of NBG's mind. Oh, there's the flank not working out for Monsi, and hey, Jake even had backup, so it's NBG that have to just play this from front to back, and could be 6 feet under. Like that flash, drop down, 2 players flash, and you needed to kind of hit that first headshot, or... But still, you got 1 kill with a bunch of sheriffs, not bad.
Get something on the board. Fractal's got their ultimate up now, though. And this is where this round will define how this half goes. Either we're going up towards 8-4, EG side's even 9-3. Honestly, I feel like that might be the average for teams in the lead. on side Abyss from what I've seen just from an eye test over time on different regions. NBG, though, can easily climb this back. We can end with a 6-6. It's still very important to get attack rounds for EG here. I think NBG needs to keep them at 6 or lower, though, if they want the best chances to win this game. Is what do you do before the ultimates end up coming through?
Offensive op from Pancakes.
Yeah.
Son of Car with an op too. Just no peaks from the defense in mid, so it's EG take advantage.
Got Son of Car all the way on B. Not seeing much yet. And usually there's a drone that comes through. He has help taking down. Vent is going to be an angle, and mid is something that EG's never explored. They find that space top mid, have a chance to go collapse on A, but there's two guys there from NBG. Going to be Spaz and Monsi holding things down.
Ooh, someone's close. We don't like that. Monsi just knows already. Back away from the util. Monsi does, well, gets hindered a little and still manages to get the spike down. EG in trouble on how to even recover this. Their only chance is Stunna, who has the ultimate wrap going around A. I don't think NBG know about him. So this round rides on Stunna, or I guess Jake, who, well, is just gonna get that double kill.
I have the spike.
Time is a factor, though, and yes, we do have position with Stunna.
30 seconds left.
Can he make it on the site? No dash. Hinder available. They don't have A main control either, so this is a risk for Stunna planting, but it should be good for now. Immediate stoppage. Practo takes him down. 18 seconds on the clock. Molly available, too. This is dire circumstances for Jakey here.
Yeah, just individuals that couldn't regroup in time, and EG at least have the spike and try to plant. No drop down for Practo. Paranoia is gonna enable that and secure that.
He tries to fight his demons through the shadows, but it's not enough. He gets sent all the way away. And NBG get up in the business now. I can still see ults available for both sides. I'm impressed in the fact that NBG just kept that kind of positional, right? They just played rifle to rifle, buddy to buddy in vents, and got the picks and the trades. I'm surprised that EG doesn't use their ultimates this early in the half to try to take a site, just to try to win a round. Now, it's a wasted round again. If Stunna gets kills, if Mitch gets kills, you're not building up to other ults. You're kind of trapped in this moment right now. So they need to find an execute here, but they're still looking at mid. Mid, it's a risky place where you could get picked apart again. I see Monsi in the business. You can see people coming back up and ult. It's huge.
And NBG are just not peeking and not giving EG anything to work off of. No fights, no nothing. That's why EG ran out of pretty much time last round. Now NBG leaving mid open on purpose. Look at this crossfire already created from Monsi and Fireball Ops.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the conversion paths really quickly. He doesn't hit anyone or anything. You can just dodge it on two different sides. I'm not sure what this approach is from EG, but it's completely diffused by NBG.
It's walking into a trap, double swing. Even Son of Car used convergent paths and onto EG's B main push. And then Son of Car helped with mid, and now B is completely open. And with Jake still alive, you're going to have smokes up. So it's doable. It's just going to be difficult for EG. They pull it off because they still have Mitch with the Hunter's Fury for post-plant.
Have to be a miracle from one of these players here, and already everyone's coming in. Flash is available. Hinder with the flash coming in is crazy. What a combination. Jakey finds a trade, but it's not going to be enough. I mean, clean from NBG. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk playing the Hunter's Fury. If Spaz was still up, they could have smoked him off from the side and then going back in. I mean, Hunter's Fury could only delay for so long when 5 people are retaking. So I respect EG's choice to just try to fight it out, stack together, and play anti-flash as best as they could, trade off. But hey, that makes for a good game for us, and that momentum shifting now for NBG's side.
Yeah, but interesting decision to get Stunna up mid to use conversion pads. I don't really see any point in top mid where conversion pads, it's anything good that you can actually work off of. If you look at A, you did back in spawn. You did back in heaven. You look at B, just like we saw, you did back in link. You did back in spawn again. So I just want to see something from the team that has a double initiator. Just initiate one of the sites, right? Like you're able to knife close, drone up again, tag someone, conversion pads them. We're trying to overcomplicate things on EG, and it's cool. NBG giving up mid, making them, confident. That might just be a downfall for them overall. If they feel like they can take space, they're going to take it. You don't always have to, but they are. And now they're in trouble. They've used that waylay ult. Zerona's a little bit further away from his null command. And then Lemon, look at the side. of NBG. They are blinking like it's time to cross the street. Like it's white lights everywhere, man. Nuts. 4 ultimates to use.
You'd be looking like a Christmas tree on that NBG side. We are lighting up. Maybe EG just have to invest not as many warm bodies into mid. Like, I'm okay with sending 1, but NBG are leaving that open, I think, on purpose. And they, like you've pointed out many times, EG are walking into that trap, and it's not fruitless. Like, EG are still getting kills from those battles. It's just not netting them big round wins.
Exactly.
NBG, whoa, aggressive off the rip.
And this is great information as well. Like you mentioned, the aggression off the rip. They get so much just sight lines into B main, see nobody there, realize they have that Astra ult, they've got 103 ready to go, so they can disrespect A. This is huge, and I can't believe that Spaz gets 2.
I thought Spaz would have gotten more help. If you're purposely funneling EG into Spaz or into NBG's defense on A, I thought you would have helped out more, but EG's still gonna do what they can, but they're getting picked apart from all sides. Now the smoke goes, the window goes unsmoked, and Practo can watch this get planted or react at any moment.
Enemy remaining. Spike down.
Reaction is slightly inhuman. He picks up 1, and Pancakes left alive in what seems to be a crumbling skyscraper of what EG had. A round lead now being lost to NBG.
I'd like to see EG, you know, send someone to climb that window. I feel like there's so much commitment towards the back of the site. Pancakes now waiting for that re-peek, and what's really cool about NBG's defense is they don't really give you anything to work with.
Left.
You're walking into their sight lines.
They're playing this retake just super well, and they've got the agents for it, right? KO is able to suppress everybody. Waylay is able to get that first sight line in, can hinder the whole team, can jump in after the fact. Right here, they're playing very careful with Pancakes. This is an important round not to lose anybody because you can build your economy. Pancakes wants to do some damage. He does get 1 up. There's a long ways to go, though. Stopped by Fireball Ops, so you can see the money totals, right? Spaz might be broke, but the rest of the team from 2K, some of them will have 4 in the bank now. That turns into 6 the next round. I mean, they're aiming to maybe make this an 8-4 for their side of the half.
Win streak being built from NBG, and I like that they don't give any gaps. Like the awareness of Fireball, okay, my teammates are covering right, you don't have window control anymore, you saw that they didn't climb up, you gotta be jumping on top of that mid-platform. Spaz is almost getting 3 here, it should be inhumane. I would have liked if he had a duo here, because it felt very intentional for the defense to push up through B, be aggressive, and you're funneling the attack into A, but you only have Spaz by himself to handle all of that? Now now Mounty is here, thank God.
Generally, it's crazy they did it alone, but sometimes Astra can make those plays happen. A trap play coming in, recalled smoke, pull after the fact, and yes, they'll take an ult to trade him. But again, NBG with a really nice opener.
Spaz wants to keep himself alive for that retake with the Cosmic Divide, also because he's suppressed and got nowhere to go. NBG taking that top window. EG have time to work with, so I'm glad that they're gonna re-clear elsewhere, but NBG may be noticing this.
Oh no, I know Pancakes has gone up here and he does not have the sense to turn around, somehow gets Practo. There's some weird things going on in every play I'm watching so far on the map, but NBG seem to be ahead of it. This is the first round I see that, although they've had a little bit of a retake on the side of A main, EG kind of look to be in a better position overall. They have an embedded Mitch inside top mid who's kind of controlling the information for the rest of EG. They get B for free. The one caveat is Fireball Ops. Can he sneak by Mitch and find a pick before Mitch clears B?
Even Mitch just saying, I don't hear anything. They could be on the flank. That has to be something addressed. And now Mitch could try and turn onto Fireball. And Mitch is trusted as that captain at IGL to be that deep into mid. And that's what I wanted to see more of from EG is, yeah, the mid prioritization is good. Just don't need to send the whole squad there. And EG get back on their high horse.
Literally, really good analysis of what EG needs to do correctly, which is take that space, freeze, jump back. I like that, Lemon. And past that, we like what we saw in that round because that was exactly it. They took over the gap that NBG had and they used it against them. They're not falling into that trap anymore. The thing is, there's just 2 rounds left. They had so much control. I'm hoping they don't tilt, just like they did on Corrode when they started losing a little bit more, and they get to stack these wins over time again. They got to figure things out. It took a bit of a timeout too as well. On 5-5, a few ultimates on both sides of the board. The match is kind of reset now for the side of EG and NBG. Question is, what do they do next? And you talked about it a lot. They love going B.
Ooh, I'm loving this op from... Nope.
What?
I don't love it anymore. Cosmic Divide now activated. EG are loving this site. Fireball B on the high ground to maybe provide some support with the paranoia, but hey, this Cosmic Divide just divides the two so that NBG could maybe react on the other side. Now it's their own Cosmic Divide. Botsy will get jump scared by Stunna. Here's the drop, and Mitch is quick as lightning. And EG, now they get out of cover. They're ready to dance, and Mitch gets away with a 3K.
Mitch is the thorn inside NBG's side right now, a splinter that's already dug under the skin and you can't get out. You know where he is, you're gnawing at it, you're trying to find the problem and solve it, but he's just too good with the rifle. Sitting under sight, playing the most basic spot, but playing it very efficiently. Already up to Hunter's Fury again. We just saw him use it 2 rounds ago to just get a trade out. 13-6 for him. He is kind of heralding his team forward to be in the lead 6-5 against NBG.
Have gotten a lot more success towards B, or at least faking A and ending B. Checking if there's any aggression from NBG off the rip. They've shown more of that towards B, but the knife is always good to be better safe than sorry.
Ooh, and check this out. What EG's been doing this entire half is faking this A take, going all the way back to B. They might be doing the same thing, but I thought I had a feeling they might just commit to that A side as well. This is the first time we don't see NBG actually disrespecting them on main. They're playing respectfully. They're playing with a little bit of nuance for the post plant maybe. Everybody on NBG is just holding their sight. They're not breaking the rules of what you can do on defense. They're not breaking the line of scrimmage all the way on the mains. And as a result, EG, they're also waiting. The clock's ticking down. As we get towards that 40-second timer, NBG starts to get into that lead. At 45, they need to make some moves, take a little bit of match space. Lots of information gained from Pancakes. And now we move over to the B side. This is very similar to what they had before. A big B fake, a double fake almost into A. But look at the read. Look at the way that Monty's moving. Already making it closer to heaven and getting ready to stop this fake coming into the A site.
And Mitch managed to grab another orb, which means he got both orbs and now a Hunter's Fear for that post plant. But he's being so aggressive, but it's paying off. Son of Car trades. So no Hunter's Fury for the last round of this half.
I need to take space.
Oh, the timing of this smoke and the drop down, the panic from Jake. Tries to restabilize. And now this is just a little crazy. It's a little too crazy for me. 6-6 in the half.
One of the most efficient rounds EG had under their playbook, which is where you start A, show the B pressure, end at A. Worked for them twice in this half. They sent ults with it this time, but NBG had a perfect read. Monsi stays where he needs to be. Everybody stays locked down and secure, and even get some picks on that B side. EG got solved on their attack half, and as the desk mentioned it, this will be a much harder half for them to play with their composition. Double initiator, you're going to be able to have a lot of information. You're going to be able to have a lot of room to play mid in the map. But when it comes to actually holding these sites, it might be that much tougher without even a second smoke, without somebody playing super hard Sentinel. I know Pancakes is there, but there's no Vise Wall. There's no Cypher Trips. It'll be tough.
NBG took the first pistol. EG had both pistols last map. So this is going to be an important tone setter going into the second half.
Oh, they're going straight for mid. It's getting crazy with this one.
So recon too for Monsi. Didn't see that one coming. EG stepping up to the plate, swinging for the fences. Someone's got to fight back. And NBG still has some fight in them. Monsi, IGL in the picture. Put one down. They posture to see, are EG hungry for more?
They're kind of taking a play out of NBG's book from defense. I like the fact that NBG would like establish some rules like, hey, we're going to play backside. We're going to play backside B and A, but then disrespect them, right? You just saw the random peaks from Spaz on A main, and you were wondering, how is that even allowed? How's that possible? This time, EG, there's like a certain rule set for defense that you want to play around. They disrespect it. They just walk down mid. 4-man, look for a spray, look for something and find it. That's huge. And now, in a 2v4, it's going to be tough for the rest of NBG to find a site.
NBG were just hoping to hold the sidelines. Someone was going to re-peek, and EG were going to get antsy after they're up by so many kills, but NBG won't be gifted any advantages.
30
Now
seconds left.
towards B. Oh, here in that trap. EG, now the cards are revealed. Smoke is down. Someone has to watch the high ground. Zerona has a flash. Mitch has everything in his arsenal. It's EG all flooding in.
Last
And
player
it's the
standing.
recon shot, perfectly timed swing from EG. And it's Spaz doing what he can, but it's EG with the pistol.
Really good for momentum for them, and it seems like they are the ones kind of in the cerebral lead of how to approach a round against NBG. That being said, Son of Car, a force to be reckoned with once that rifle gets online. Waylay has so much on her back to be able to do for the team on attack, and they've got some really good tools to work with as well. Double initiator with KO and Sova. You can drone up the main first, knife it if you want. Waylay will always have some form of assistance getting to that site and even having util for the sites. So I'm excited to see their A takes and how that looks. Pancakes will be over there on the B side, stopping any fast pushes. Chamber, one of the better agents to deal with Waylay, but when you get knifed, it's tough. You can't really teleport away. That should be something he's kind of, keeping in mind of. This time though, on the eco, you want to stick towards A. Better sight lines for eco guns. You can shorty people more reliably as well if you want to greed into heaven or back sight. I wonder how much they use to get Son of Car in a good spot.
EG can ignore mid. First, there's smoke. Secondly, Serona threw out his knife in mid after NBG wanted mid so bad last round. And that's a good ping. A good moment for Jake. He runs out of bullets, but he's got more up his sleeve. Finally, Son of Car silences him for good. But it's NBG lambs at the slaughter because Stunna has a perfect insert at the corner. Spaz is just trying to bait for Son of Car. And it's gonna be all she wrote. Here's the push. And EG are the bosses of this anti-eco.
A game about breaking the rules. You're expecting people to play in certain positions on site, especially when you got shorties, especially when you have classics and bandits. But Jakey says, nah, I want to play in the smoke. I want to risk it all. I want to break the rules. And he's in there breaking them over and over again. No punishments until the fourth person comes in. And honestly, at that point, Lemon, if you're getting like 3 or 4 and somebody kills you, is that a punishment or a reward where you get to just stretch a little bit, happy about what you did? I mean, look at this. If I'm dying after getting 3 breaking the rules like this, I'm smiling. That's not a punishment. That's me getting to just watch my team just win the round based off what I did. I mean, amazing for Jake.
Great set play too, and Sonic too from Mitch that got that ping, and PG just caught off guard. No, Spaz 10 HP in a dream. We'll have to hold back, and that's all he has to do is keep Stunna at bay and let the rest of his team work.
A lot harder for Spaz to lurk and find value in deeper angles here, so he's going to be kind of nerfed to where he is in portion of just moving around the map. Can't really cross that B main threshold. Even with a smoke, it'll be tough if someone's playing on cliff. Meanwhile, the rest of NBG choose to look at the rest of the map. You want to look over at A site. Easier having a read. This is ending A. Already 2 people back site. They're going to wait to see if this is the right call. Oh,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, might not be.
Where Fireball is too, they're going to be ready to wrap towards B. What I'm interested in is what's Stunna's move going to be? Is he going to get a perfectly timed jump out? Going to get flanked? He's going to watch that sail by, and he's going to take care of the backline. Someone react. Practo, what a shot! And Pancakes added to this equation too. An exchange, and Pancakes lives on. A new threat looms in the minds of NBG, and they only have 2 people to address it against the 4 on the retake. And these stingers, these specters, are going to hurt at closer range too. This could still be a good battle, and Practo gets ahead of the game and catches Pancakes off guard too. Practo gets away with way too much murder in my opinion. Monty has 1 job left to protect the spike, and he will not cower. Here's Zerona, and he still clutches it out. Zerona gets EG on top.
NBG going to be losing that one down. EG is going to be expensive on their side, but things are still going to be looking good. They started things off, won that bonus basically all the way down, and have the money to rebuy up. NBG might be the team that's on an eco for this round. They have some semblance of a buy from Practo maybe, and they got the spike down, so a stinger could be the case. But one thing I loved inside that map is the approach for NBG to maybe fake A little bit. NB as a team, they overheated to find some kills to get equal numbers on the board, but EG are just looking too good on the triggers right now, right? Like that sheriff shot towards the end from Jake was really nice to finish off from Zerona. They're looking lethal for the moment, and it's a very similar situation from Corrode. The last map, you win the pistol on the second half, you win the anti-eco, and then you win the bonus.
NBG left an important gap on that jump spot at B, so that's just something they have to look out for. And look how they've committed 2 players to look at what could Stunna be doing, because he's been a very aggressive player in terms of how he's playing the Waylay. Obviously, of what we got to see from him in that really nice 4K he got before we disconnected in map 1. Stunna has so much potential, and he's showing it.
Unfortunately, Stunna's like, actually, fortunately for him as well, he gets to have all this space because of the pancakes effect that's happening on the map right now. NBG are aware there's an outlaw in the business, so look at the space they can have. Nothing B main, barely anything in mid, and no one's even touching A. That drone might not see the outlaw all the way in heaven. It's smoked off for now. One person scanned, but the other one gets to walk through. Is that Practo? Bottom mid? Just moving all the way up. He is, and he finds the drop down on a 1 player, but there's a trade that happens in the way. A nice round from EG, maybe just losing 1 leg in the race, but a 4v2 should be an easy retake.
And no punish from NBG when they hit Stunna with all this util, concussed him, and he managed to dash out in front of NBG, which would have been a nice leg up in this conversation, but that's all NBG would have had to work with. Practo kind of took a big risk going in mid by himself. Now Monsi can watch above, and EG make it just that easy and that quick.
Yeah, Monsi trying to play whack-a-mole with heads, but it's the mole that gets whacked, unfortunately. At those boxes, 10-6. And listen, I could just be writing this game off. We could be writing this game off, Jen, easily right now, right? But we saw what happened on Corrode. Up, what was it, 11-4, I think, doing the math for EG, and they crumbled. This is attack side Abyss. It takes 1 round with ultimates to get the momentum back on your side. And the timeout from NBG, they're locking in to try to make things happen.
Maybe it's just EG needing to tell themselves not to let go on the gas. When you're stomping, stomp hard or bury them and put cement on top. Like, and it's EG just knowing, okay, we were up. We know we're the better team. This is NBG's choice of map. They haven't won a single offensive round yet. So EG, just keep the retake game because that's what's working.
And this being NBG's choice of map, I'm actually noticing some cool things that they're doing that EG didn't do as much on their half. It's one of those, it's some of those mid embeds. It took like EG a long time to just leave someone mid and then have them have an effect later in the round. NBG started doing that at the very beginning of the game, which is pretty cool. I would have loved to see a better pistol from them on the attack side. I like the way EG just kind of rolled out with 4 in mid. Kind of a baller strategy. But NBG past that have been very good at executing the map a little bit more. EG were very good at playing around it, you know, the mental game of, do we fake A, go B, go back to A. NBG's executes have been really good. EG's kind of been ratting in the execute. So you mentioned the cliff take as well. That kind of hurt NBG. They've got to be a bit more careful, but I like the way they're approaching this B site. Just have more people living towards the end of it. Clean up some of these trades. The approach is good, but again, it's execution that needs to be worked on.
Even the spike behind, going back to square one. And BG just is going to be an important round. Or EG are just going to get to the red zone.
Son of Car is ready for nothing because EG will not disrespect this line. He's got to move up first, and Pancakes is watching. And remember, the Outlaw, it evolves into an op. It learns I can one-shot you in the body. It's a very cool move. But it's not going to find much. It is weak to flashes. Type matchups for you if you like to, I guess, play Pokemon and play Valorant at the same time.
Know all about that. And Pancakes also fired his op preemptively, so it's information for NBG to work with. Not wanting that smoke. Grabbing orbs, that's what they want. And Monsi with the Hunter's Fury, that's going to be great for the post plant.
Thing is, getting to that spot might be difficult now. Moments ago, Mitch just used a drone in mid, got so much info, and now is walked out through vents and knows a lot. That trip on A hasn't been yet. They smoke on A just in case. But as soon as they hear one thing happening on B, look at these positions. One person CT, one person coming in from Link pretty soon, two people flanking, and Mitch has the mega long flank. I don't think Monsi sees this coming, and you talked about it, Jen. It's
Spike
all about
planted.
that Hunter's Fury. It might get diffused right here. He has an idea about Mitch, but he doesn't fully check.
Oh, Mitch is gonna pair up with Jake. The flank 2 versus 2. This could be what defines the round. Now the flank gets checked, and Mitch and Jake win that. This is trouble for NBG. The post-play win condition of that Hunter's Fury is gone. The only thing is that Mitch is at 11 HP, so you still gotta... I don't know if you could really pull off this round. You save with all that money, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. They trade the Hunter's Fury win condition for we have Son of Car signed to NBG win condition. So he ends up getting in heaven, getting the 2K. It's going to look great for them there. And they actually get to save the Hunter's Fury for another time. You can see the ultimates now building up. They use Praktos to get onto the site, but they have Spaz now for, you know, just a B wall if they want to make one again. They've got the conversions if they want to take over A immediately. And they also have Monsi to just supplement things to force EG to flank, or else the spike is not on a 45-second timer, it's on a 35-second timer for a defuse, because that lightning will strike if you try to defuse too late. I mean, NBG have what it takes to kind of even this out to 10-10, but from EG's side, look at their ults. Stunna, conversion pads for an early aggression if he wants to take it. Jakey, a wall 2 for retake. There's answers on both sides right now. Whoever wins the first ult round should just end up taking momentum in this game.
And a cool addition, speaking of Monsi, is he paired the drone with Son of Car dashing in, so it wasn't just all this util on Son of Car. They could at least get vision, even tag someone if needed. So NBG are perfecting that B push, but what they need to work on is A, and the conversion pass is lined up for that top window. Cosmic Divide actually to seal that off. So they're gonna send Son of Car to, I guess, infiltrate within the site, and he does not get rewarded. Jake is his next level anchor, the final boss of this site. He gets an ace in front of all our eyes. This is a nightmare incarnate.
Jake from backside, I've got questions about that conversion pads. For some reason, they end up putting the lid on the bottle, but then checking the bottle as well. They blocked off heaven and then conversion path it, but never dash into it. There's no reason to slow the people behind the wall if the site's still open. There were a lot of smokes to work with on site, but JK just has a chance, a much better chance. I mean, he could have been slowed to take off every single head in his sight lines, and he does on back site, stops the jump up. I love the fact that he goes towards bridge as well and gets so many more. That was mechanically amazing from JK, and I'm wondering if NBG even comes back to this site. I talked about ult economy real quick, Jen. They use so many for that one. They've got nothing on Son of Car, nothing on Prakto, and nothing on Spaz now.
I think he let the zoomers zoom. And I think I like Son of Car. If he has an idea and you let him get loose, if he dies, then you wall it off, you know?
Yeah, this read as well. I mean, they're letting this B take just happen on the side of EG. They're focused on A and mid. They're just relying on that trip to be able to see whatever it needs. You can see how many people are ready to fast retake here. Waylay Dash comes in and that B take starts all over again for NBG.
Yeah, because EG were droning up through mid because they don't have vision on it. They did not see this A push coming, so NBG are set up. How do they deal with the back of the site? That's been the biggest hurdle, and they got some hoops to jump through. Fireball successful with that convergent pass thrown in, and Stunna has to get active, but it's just barely a round that they can scrape by. Stunna 1v2, one with the Sheriff. He's been pinged, and Prakto gets a 4K.
I've got a question for you, Lemon. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say is another word for something very strong inside, like, say, a game? What would you call it? Like, oh my God, that's so...
Poggers.
Inside a game, like OP, another word for OP. Like, what's a...
Oh, I was gonna say poggers, but I'm... Yeah, let's not.
Would you say broken?
Yeah.
Broken is a word? Okay,
Yeah.
what's the opposite of very, very strong as well?
Dog.
Dog, yeah, and dog and weak. Yeah, I would agree. If you look at the economy of NBG right now, we are teetering on broke. We are teetering on it being weak and completely, as you said, your words, dog. If they continue to have these rounds with limited success, you have to be careful if you're this team. That being said, on the side of EG as well, it might not be as bad, it might not be as broke, but they have a chance to end up just winning this game. Their ult economy is the opposite of broke. It's very strong. One away from Mitch and Zerona. If they end up getting some of the picks before these rounds start off in the retake, it changes the way things work. Mitch can also cheat the smoke right here, maybe even go for the orb to have that ultimate. But it all lands on time. Yeah.
EG are still trading rounds. They're just 2 away. You just need to close out. What did we talk about with Corrode? Well, step 1, stop Son of Car. And then NBG, they try to absorb the space and step into the shoes of Son of Car after he refracted. And Zerona, no null command. NBG with the sight, but through this link side, Stunna surprises, but NBG are still stable.
Pancakes, though, big equalizer. 3v2, very doable compared to the 4. And now both teammates side by side. Fireball Ops might have too much heat to work with here. A jiggle is not that much of a threat to an operator. Still, that spawn side position from Practo could be the solution here. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need help. I'm talking about Practo. I forgot about Fireball. That's crazy right now.
I'm understanding the hype about Fireball for sure. He is that sentinel that can flex to literally anything that you need from that Blue Otter squad. A good team, but that one that just couldn't make playoffs. There's always been potential about this Fireball guy. And what's funny enough is that last time he made playoffs was with Nightblood Gaming 2 years ago when they finished 3rd. So you've known Fireball has been able to do it, and he goes for it, pulls it off for NBG. This could be a comeback opportunity yet again. EG got to lock in.
Knife denied, information gained, but not too much of it because they could have seen there's 5 or 4 down bottom. That knife might have scanned the KO as well inside main. This time freedom, immediate vent break, and yeah, EG know about this happening over here. Judging the business as well. Stunna is there, surprised and broken down. Son of Car is just too good. Practo finds another as well.
I don't mind EG, you know, they don't want to get pinched, so let's, okay, that's a lot of damage for Mitch. I thought it would have just been a 1-to-1, but Mitch is doing so much. Holy, so savable. You thought Jakey and Mitch were cooked, and let them cook, and all this distraction leaves Zerona with an opening. Fireball. Can he do it again, though? 1 versus 2, knowing one's at the top window, but not where Pancakes is.
He might have a read that like the other person's coming flank. That smoke behind him on Zerona might scream that, yeah, I'm pushing CT. Pancakes has that line. They know exactly where Fireball is. With 30 seconds, no ultimate. Fireball might have time to go B. He will be heard here from Zerona if he starts to run. He doesn't run. 22 seconds. He's locked into this A-take.
The moment this spike gets planted, Zerona could retaliate. Now with the smoke.
10 seconds left.
OTP.
Spike planted.
Okay, and not the immediate peek. You want the double swing. You want the guaranteed win. How guaranteed is it? His name is Fireball after all. EG, they gotta put out this fire. He clutches. Come on.
Nah. There's actually no way. I was about to say, okay, fake TP in the smoke as it fades. You're about to cause some questions. You just see Zerona looking right at him. Oh, this is about to be free. Presses A, hits the shot. That's insane from NBG. And I'm getting some remnants of Corrode now. Some remnants of that choke. I mean, you get some rounds, you get up to 11. It's hard to climb to 12. This is tough. Even after a performance like that from Mitch, the double judging and grabbing the rifle, quick flick, taken apart on a, what, jump peek by Fireball Ops? Who is this guy? How can he clutch like this, man? It's insane.
He's the EG op. That's all. That's all that matters, man. And that shot, just seeing the tip of Pancakes' head, so nasty. And now you're real worried. This is 3 rounds strung up in a row for NBG. EG feeling the pressure. Yeah.
If you look at the eco, right? We're talking about broke, and this is EG somehow hit it first, even though NBG was closer. The cost of some of these previous rounds when NBG gets so many picks is that you lose some money rebuying over and over again. Ults, though, looking good for EG to close this one out, and Mitch has elevated inside this game. Another moment where he tips the scales to EG's favor.
with the Marshall. So that works out. And NBG still spreading themselves thin. Look at where Fireball is. He is amped up. Let me go ruin some lives real quick. And he's just so quiet. He's hearing all this stomping and can't hear anymore.
Mitch knows. You can't make the Mitch play on Mitch. Are you kidding me, man? There's no way. This guy was playing with so many different timings and so many different rounds. Practo, though, has found another one. And the knife doesn't matter. He lets one pass. How many? How many? Can he stop the ultimate? No way! Disaster!
Piping up Fireball, he also gave that Vandal to EG, and they're doing work with it.
That's huge! No way!
Reverse.
Yeah! Oh my god, when it comes to having an eco situation, Practo levels everything up, doesn't let the third shot of the Fury come through, but after that, EG escalate on site, elevate their entire shot and peak potential. I mean, it's huge from them to win that round. That's how they get to 12 off an eco when Practo gets a 3K?
Wow, the patience here, just Jake being unlucky, Mitch just there. Like, Practo is really impressing me today. From that Burger Boys squad that got relegated to blossoming into the GOAT of the round. Now EG, the finish line is in sight, at least for this map. You can't drop it now.
Scan there, one taken. Yeah. I mean, this is bad, though, and this is one of the weaknesses of the side of EG when you don't have double smokes on this map as much. And you're relying on JK to disrespect the rules and challenge A main. There's nothing holding NBG back from taking things down. Mitch now also taking half his HP pool away. Zerona has timing and needs to find some value from this spot. Monty takes him down. What a not even a pre-fire. What a guess inside the smoke. What a spray.
Cosmic Divide thrown in from NBG. Wish they got the punish on Mitch, but they know he's damaged. Stunna in the tip of the spear. He has to be a warrior today, and Pancakes finishes off with the Zoomer couldn't. But hey, teamwork is what makes the dream work. 2 versus 2. Now just Mossy, and Pancakes shows up when it matters the most. EG send us to map 3.
I'd have lost that first one, but just locked it down when it came to just man-to-man firepower inside Abyss. Some good things seen from NBG too, but congrats to EG Academy for that map to win. When it came to the X Factor, Mitch had it. When it came to the flank factor,